First of all, I acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of the lands that we are meeting here today. I pay my respects to elders of past, present, and emerging, and celebrate the diversity of Aboriginal peoples and their ongoing culture and connection to the lands and waters of New South Wales. We are here today to condemn Japan's recent environmental vandalism of dumping nuclear contaminated water into our Pacific Ocean. We also condemn South Korean government's complicity in allowing the Japanese government's poisoning of our Pacific Ocean by complete silence on the issue and failing to take Japan to the International Tribunal on the Law of the Sea, thereby halting the release. We further voice our concern of Albanese government in its inaction on this environmental vandalism of poisoning our waters. We urge the Prime Minister of Australia, Mr. Anthony Albanese, and Federal Environment Minister, Tanya Plibersek, to formally oppose the Japanese hideous action. We are also here today raise our concern in volatile conditions surrounding Korean Peninsula with the continuing rise of Japan's ultra-right wings and its imperialistic military power in the region in the name of containment of China's so-called aggression and North Korea's nuclear threats. This is in spite of Japan never having properly apologized for their crime against so many people in Asia during the Pacific War and never having to compensate for the loss suffered by the people in the region. This is a stark contrast to Germany's never-ending apologies to its neighbor, in particular to the people of Poland, for atrocities committed by Nazi Germany and criminalizing any Nazi-related action. Japan and its government must be condemned and pay for its past crime against humanity and the current complete disregard of the region's environment. Yes. Let me now draw your attention to South Korean government and the President of South Korea. They are not only assisting Japan for the dumping of the nuclear contaminated water, but also actively encouraging ultra-right-wing government of Japan to increase its military presence in the region. Shame. There is some concern that the President of South Korea was supported by Japanese ultra-right wing in the presidential elections in 2022. And he is paying them back in big time at the loss of Korean people and the world at large. There have been so many wrongdoings committed by the current president and his wife and their cronies since May 2023 that it will take me all day and all night to go through them. Let me just report to you by saying that basic democratic standard is being destroyed by the President of South Korea and his cronies, and the rule of law and separation powers are completely ruined by the President sidestepping the Parliament and court's power by regulations and decrees, which are inferior to the Parliament Acts and court rulings. The majority of Korean media are also looking the other way by not reporting the complete mess created by the current South Korean government and its president to its people. That is why the main opposition leader, Lee Jae-myung, is staging a hunger strike, which is in its 17th day against the tyranny of the President of South Korea. The opposition leader, who was beaten at the 2022 presidency election by narrowest margin of 0.73%, has been subject to unfair and unrelenting persecution by the Korean government, in that he has been subject to more than 400 search warrants and are currently charged with the fabricated cases against him. I take this opportunity to send my support for his standing and action and call upon the Korean government to immediately cease wrongful pursuit against its opposition leader, Lee Jae-myung. Thank you. Finally, I call the Australian government to seek immediate response by the South Korean government to step in and listening to its opposition leader and people of Korea by stopping regress of the democracy in Korea and stabilizing the situation in Korean Peninsula. Thank you. 먼저 우리가 모인 이 자리의 주인인 가디걸 족과 이오라 나라 원주민들을 기리며 이들에게 존경을 표시하며 저희 발언을 시작하겠습니다. 여러분, 우리 여기 왜 모였나요? 왜 모였습니까? 우리는 오늘 1000만 해외 동포의 일원으로서 우리의 조국이 처한 심각한 상황에 대한 우려를 표명하고 이러한 상황을 극복하기 위해 혈투하고 있는 대한민국 내 모든 양심 세력을 지지하기 위해 오늘의 집회를 진행하고 있습니다. 저는 지금 윤석열 정권이 지난 1년 반 동안 자행한 만행을 일일이 거론하지는 않겠습니다. 다만 나라를 일본에게 바치고 민주주의를 박정희 유신 정권 이전으로 퇴행시키고 일본 국호에 동조하여 한반도 평화를 위협하고 있음에 개탄을 금치 못하는 심정으로 여기에 나왔습니다. 특히 홍봉도 장군 동산을 육사에서 철거하는 만행은 과거 아무랬던 일제강점기 시대의 해외 동포로서 해외 동포 독립운동 정신을 계승하고자 하는 조국을 위한 피를 흘린 투쟁이 송두리째 부정당하는 것이 이것이 바로 해외 동포를 모욕하는 행위가 아닐 수 없습니다. 또한 일본의 핵 오염수 방류에 대한 윤석열 정권의 지지와 방조, 이 방조와 지지는 한민족뿐만 아니라 온 인류에 대한 죄악이 아닐 수 없습니다. 그래서 대한민국 촛불 행동 및 시민단체들은 줄기차게 윤석열 퇴진 내지는 탄핵을 외치고 있는 것이 아닙니까? 특히 이재명 민주당 대표는 이런 윤석열 정부의 폭거에 맞서 목숨을 내건 단식을 17치차 강행하고 있습니다. 호주 해외 동포 일원으로서 이 대표의 단식이 매우 안타깝고 걱정되는 마음과 더불어 뜨거운 연대를 보냅니다. 우리 시드니 촛불 행동은 대한민국 내에서 지치지 않고 행동하는 모든 시민단체 및 양심 세력을 전폭적으로 지지하고 윤석열을 끌어내는 그날까지 함께 하겠습니다. 마지막으로 발언을 마무리하면서 여러분과 함께 다음과 같은 요구를 외치고자 합니다. 제가 선창하면 끝부분을 3번 외쳐주시겠습니까? 네. 대한민국 정부와 호주 정부는 일본의 핵폐수 해양 투기 만행을 국제해양재판소에 즉각 소송하고 소송을 제기하라!
제기하라! 제기하라! 제기하라!
대한민국 정부는 일본의 전범 행위를 정당화하는 모든 조치를 즉각 중단하라!
중단하라! 중단하라! 중단하라!
대한민국 정부는 검사 독재를 통한 민주주의 퇴행을 당장 멈추어라!
멈추어라! 멈추어라! 멈추어라!
민주당과 야당은 윤석열 정권의 탄핵 절차를 당장 시작하라!
시작하라! 시작하라! 시작하라!
감사합니다.
네, 열띤 발언 감사합니다.